Lars Hedenborg, founder Real Estate B School, actually just finished day one of our fall 2020 digital intensive workshop. And we did a session today to kick off the event. Actually, we do this same session at every event. If you're part of our membership, you get to come to 2 client-only events every year: spring intensive workshop and fall intensive workshop. The spring and the fall this year were digital due to COVID and all the fascinating times that we're going through with that. So this is called the momentum game plan. This is one of the most powerful things I think we can do with our businesses and our personal lives to just constantly be either getting into momentum or getting unstuck. And I want to do a screen share here and take you through it. I think this is going to serve you at a very, very high level. So there are 6 pieces of the momentum game plan. And even though this is a screen share, this is just opening up a journal and writing. So you may even just take notes on what I'm saying and then just spend maybe 30 to 40 minutes kind of doing this exercise. The first part, well, let me back up a little bit. The reason this is so important is that being an entrepreneur, deciding that you're going to go out into the world and make your way in an environment that's 100% commission takes a lot of courage, and everything is stacked against us in our industry. We are commodities, whether you want to believe that or not. Consumers view us as commodities. In my market alone, there are 17,000 agents, up from 5,000 at the tail end of the Great Recession. And so in order to compete in this business and compete at a very, very high level, we must maintain our confidence and do everything we can to put ourselves in momentum. And so there are 3 parts here: past, present, and future. And this I recommend probably every 90 days to kick off every new quarter, which if you're watching this video the week I release it, we are in the beginning part of the 4th quarter of calendar 2020. And the first part are all the things that you're proud of. And this is looking back at the last 90 days, all the things you're proud of. I like to write a list of all the professional accomplishments and the personal accomplishments. Oftentimes, as hard charging business people, and even just busy real estate agents and busy people with family and life and all of that, we forget to take time out to be grateful and to give ourselves a pat on the back for a job well done. And so that's what this first section does, and just list them out. Take as much time as you need. Some people write a line down the middle of each of these boxes and write out all the professional wins and all the personal wins. That's the first section. The next section here is present. What are you most confident about right now in order to achieve as a business person in the real estate industry? You have to be super confident about your current set of capabilities. So when you look at your business and your personal life, what are you most confident about? A good example of this is maybe you give legendary service to your clients. Maybe your database marketing system is like on point and strong. Maybe you have an awesome direct response expired system. We're just launching a revamped version of that for Real Estate B School. What else are you most confident about? Maybe personally, the relationship with your spouse. You know, you've gotten through some tough times with the kids, and you've held it all together, and things are good. There's no casualties in your household. Maybe it's your physical body. I slipped quite a bit in COVID first half, sort of COVID 6 months long at this point, a little over 6 months, and I slid in the early part. I got to like 210. I was 228, got down to 191, got back up to 210, and I weighed in at 179.8 recently. Super proud accomplishment. That would probably be, so I'm most confident about the way I feel in my physical body. And that would have been something I'm really proud of in the last 90 days. I shed probably about 20 pounds or so. What is another thing that you could be most confident about? Well, anyway, you get the point. So that is like as we look at right now, what we're most confident about. The last part of the top part of this exercise is the future. What are you most excited about professionally and personally? And so going into the winter months, right? Typically those are slower months for some. What are you going to do to maintain an excitement level and an engagement over sometimes the slower months What we do is we buckle down and either shore up our systems or we build out new systems. Maybe if you're building a team, your recruiting system or your new agent onboarding system, or just your agent achievement system, right? How do you bring agents onto your team and help them achieve it at a high level? If you're a solo agent, right? If your database system was not one of the things that you're proud of or feeling confident about in your present, right? So you're most excited about spending time over the holiday season working on your database. Maybe you just had an awesome administrative hire and you're super excited about the prospects there. Personally, maybe you have some trips coming up for the holidays. Maybe you've been quarantined and you're finally breaking free of that. This is something that we do a little bit more naturally as entrepreneurs, and still sometimes we forget to sometimes our head is just down in the fire in front of us or the thing that we're focused on, and we never lift up to sort of acknowledge what's coming that's exciting. So that's the future. Then we move on to the bottom here, which the first thing, and each one of these sections, cleanups, delegations, and new capabilities, this could change everything for you in the next 90 days. When I look at the ability or my ability, when I went from sort of agent grinding transactions to, the different stages of growth all the way to true owner of a business, I was constantly addressing cleanups, doing delegations, and building new capabilities. So every 90 days to be able to just ask yourself these questions is super valuable. So with cleanups, what are the 3 messes that you need to clean up over the next 90 days to increase your momentum? This could be maybe you have a bad team member, like a bad culture fit of a team member. Maybe there's a personal relationship you need to address. Maybe you've let your physical body slip, or your spiritual, life is not where it needs to be. Maybe there's a relationship with a parent or a sibling or a friend. There's some sort of mess that you're putting off that you can clean up, so you can increase your momentum and just crush it in the coming 90 days and then beyond into 2021. So those are messes. They're sort of obvious. They're things that you're avoiding. Could be your database. I ask a lot of agents, both top agents and team leaders, when I ask them to rank their database on a score of 1 to 5, 5 being, awesome, systematic referrals just come in. Our touch program just runs like clockwork, to 1. Typically it averages out at a 2, no matter who I ask. Another question for a mess as you're scaling is your client care system. Like, are you just haphazardly getting clients to the finish line? We are building out our client care process as a lead gen lever. So by delivering an experience to clients that they never thought was possible, we're able to generate business out of that wow experience, the legendary service we provide. All right, so that's cleanups. Delegations, what areas of stuff need to be delegated to increase your momentum? This is also part of our Business Freedom Planner. Oh, I use the Business Freedom Planner. It's best planning system. And of course, I'm a little biased that there is if you want to achieve at a high level in a real estate company. Also, just any kind of business. So what areas of stuff need to be delegated? Every 90 days, we ask you to go through a delegate to elevate in our world. This is just challenge you. There's 3 obvious things that you're spending time on that aren't your highest and best use of your time, right? Those are just delegations, the areas of stuff that you need to get off of your plate if you're going to massively increase your momentum, which hopefully puts you in a position to make more money in less time. A lot of time is spent in activities that are just low dollar activities. They may be super important, and that's where agents confuse, things that are important aren't always highly dollar productive. And so there's a bit of a confusion there. So the things that need to be delegated. Also, personally, what things are you spending your personal time on that aren't like a passion of yours and you can outsource for not a whole lot of money? Yard work or laundry or house cleaning, cooking, running errands. There's so many things that we can get off of our plate and replace those hours, either give them back to our family or give them back to our business in a, putting our time into things that are more dollar productive. That's that shift. If you've ever heard me talk about the Business Freedom Index, where you can go from making $20, $30, $40 an hour as a real estate agent to making $200, $300, $400 an hour as a real estate agent. So those are delegations. Last part here are new capabilities. What new capabilities need to be developed to increase your momentum? This could be database. This could be client care. This could be a recruiting system. This could be listing marketing, direct response expireds, right? What are the capabilities you have to develop to increase your momentum in your business? And you just list these here. This bottom section is essentially your 90-day plan. 3 things to clean up, 3 messes, 3 delegations, and 3 capabilities that you need to develop to increase your momentum in your business. It's not all that complicated. And so I urge you to make this part of your 90-day planning process, and just think of every 90 days, put in your calendar right now. This is probably a 45 to 60-minute exercise. You're just going to look at the past, the last 90 days, what you're proud of. The present, what do you feel really good about right now that's giving you a lot of confidence, and then the future, what are you excited about for the future? The lower half are the messes you need to clean up, the delegations you need to make, and the new capabilities you need to build so that you can increase the momentum in your business and ultimately your personal life. If you're at the point in your business growth journey where you just want to have a conversation about what's possible, there should be a link on this page below or to the side or somewhere on this post where we can have that conversation. It's a business growth strategy session. It's really simple. It's talking about where you are in the business right now, what stage you're at in your growth, the good, bad, ugly, about what you've done, what's worked, what hasn't worked, what strengths you bring to the table, and what things may not be as strong for you. That's part 1. Part 2 is just a conversation about what's possible 2 to 3 years from now. What's the vision you see for your business? Part 3 of this call is what's been holding you back. You know, if you are sort of clear on where you are and you have this vision of where you're going, what's stopping you? What's getting in your way? What are the obstacles that you see to your growth? And if there's a conversation about Real Estate B School in one of our programs, we'll have it. If not, that's totally cool as well. So take action right now. Request your business growth strategy session, and we'll talk to you soon.